Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Uh-oh, are we in some deep water now, guys? Bitcoin trading just under $39,000. And, this is going to be the moment of truth. I have to say, Bitcoin right now has to make a choice, and depending on what that choice is, will dictate where the rest of the crypto market goes. So first of all, I want to bring up CoinMarketCap first, and I know there is an issue with XRP Market Cap here because the circulating supply is still listed incorrectly. XRP listed in 7th. It is actually a lot higher up on the CoinMarketCap if we take into account the real circulating supply. Some things I just wanted to point out. Market cap right now under $2 trillion. So right now locked in at 1.8 roughly trillion dollars. Bitcoin dominance has gone up a bit to 40%. We saw yesterday that Bitcoin was back testing this area here, and this is why I have this line here on the chart. But as you guys can see, it has now gone through this level, the $42,000 mark. It's hovering around 39,000, but guys, even 39,000 brings us in this area here. So we are still kind of testing this top, this resistance level here for Bitcoin. And I always say, I never like to pick just one price for that level. And if it breaches it by $1 or a cent or $10 or whatever, it's the end of the world. It's a range. And so we have to pay attention to what happens next. So Bitcoin hovering in and around this area right over here, which is the top of this former high that we saw for Bitcoin that it made back in January. The one thing we really have to see, and I'm going to put Bitcoin on the hourly for a second here, the one thing I think we really have to see is significant support building up over here, and we're already seeing Bitcoin bounce down. It already made a low early this morning of about $38,500. It came back up above 40,000 and now hovering in the $39,400 level. We need to see significant resistance being formed here because, well, history dictates that if Bitcoin falls any further, that could be the end of the bull run. And that tells us a lot. Will we see altcoins rally next? We still haven't seen this Bitcoin retrace. So there's a lot going on here. So why is this happening? Well, this was in the news just the other day. Bitcoin bull launches pizza company that doesn't accept crypto payments. So this was a bit of a bust, but I do not think that this was why the Bitcoin market crashed. This has to do with Bitcoin Pizza Day, and Anthony Pompliano, obviously a big Bitcoin proponent, launched a pizza company aimed at supporting small businesses and the Human Rights Foundation's Bitcoin Development Fund. In an announcement on Twitter, he said that Bitcoin Pizza brand would be launching in 10 U.S. cities. And I believe only 10,000 Bitcoin pizzas were available with catchy names. The interesting thing here that a lot of people were pointing out, so some people over here on Twitter were saying they were quick to ask why Pomp was seemingly unable to accept BTC payments for the pizza. According to the checkout page on the website, only credit cards are accepted at the time of publication. So I believe Anthony Pompliano's response was, this is a mission to transfer fiat currency and, funnel it through this organization so that we can continue development on the Bitcoin network. Something along the line of transferring your no good fiat and putting it to good use to work on the Bitcoin network. I think that was his dialogue. That was his story. I don't really think that had much to do with Bitcoin price. We are also noticing this, though. High Bitcoin inflows to centralized exchanges have prompted predictions to further bearish momentum on social media. So this is interesting to note as well. We are seeing a large quantity of Bitcoin hodlers move their Bitcoin from what one would assume are cold storage solutions like a Ledger Nano or similar, and taking their Bitcoin from those cold storage solutions, putting it back to the exchange. So Lex Moskovsky here, Chief Investment Officer of Moskovsky Capital, shared data showing that 22,917 BTC were transferred onto centralized exchanges in a single hour on Tuesday. He noted that this hourly inflow was the largest since March 2020, that Black Thursday crash. And you guys know what happened back in March 2020. Obviously, that was this crash right over here. Basically, the crash after, economies around the world were shut down. The one that some may say set off that catalyst for Bitcoin to move to new all-time highs. So panic, panic, panic. He's not the only one saying this, apparently, that this is the largest day of BTC inflows to Binance ever. And here's another chart just demonstrating that, tweeted out by William Clement III. So largest ever on Binance. So you guys can see that over here from Glassnode. The chart indicates roughly 35,000 Bitcoin worth more than $1.4 billion has been deposited on Binance in the past 24 hours. Feels like capitulation though, said Kraken growth lead Dan Held. Clement replied, let's see one final nasty liquidation wick. So these guys, you know, they are very, very cautious to suggest that this is it for Bitcoin. We are not really seeing that narrative yet. We are seeing traders obviously think, you know what, this is the end for Bitcoin. But what else do we have that shows that this might not be the end for Bitcoin? Well, guys, there was also this. Bank of America and fund managers say long Bitcoin is the most crowded trade in the world. And so what does that mean? The survey of 194 fund managers with $592 billion worth of assets under management overall found that a bullish bet on cryptocurrency is the most crowded trade in the world at the present time. This reported by Bloomberg on Tuesday. A crowded trade refers to when a vast majority of traders make the same bet. Long Bitcoin also topped Bank of America's survey in January before being pushed into second place the following month behind long tech. So in January, what was happening for Bitcoin? Let me just circle this right here. This is January and it ended there. So January started right over here, essentially right over here, and finished off right in and around here. Basically breaking even for Bitcoin. We saw that push up at the beginning of January and then that retracement down here closing January off before we saw a new pump to the upside. So a crowded trade, could this just be the market resetting itself? I know we have seen many Bitcoin corrections in the last bull run. And so is this normal? Are we going to see more of this? These terms like a crowded trade, liquidating into centralized exchanges. Is this just crypto newbie reaction, and it might even be institutional money that just is not used to Bitcoin yet? Is this just a reaction to the market that's irrational? Possibly. I also wanted to point this out as well. This is the bull run of 2017, and as you guys can see, it lasted about 2 years. It started right down here in late 2015, and throughout 2016 and into 2017, as you guys can see, Bitcoin topped out at $20,000, and it just kept going up and up and up and up. And what did we see during this bull run? And I know I've mentioned this on this channel in the past. We routinely saw 40% corrections, okay? 40%, 40, what is this one? 38.6%. What do we see over here? We saw 40%, about 40%. So this is very, very common in the Bitcoin space. This one is a little less. This one's about 30%. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that these corrections get very dramatic as we move up for Bitcoin price. This one's 34%, so about 35%. In and around that 35-40% mark, these corrections are getting more and more dramatic as we're making our way higher. And so routinely, we saw several of these on the way up. And so if I bring us back to today on the chart, what are we seeing from this top here? Bitcoin's all-time high of almost $65,000. We are seeing, well, how far did it go down? It went down 40.66%, okay? From about 64,900 down to about 38,500. Now we're seeing it rebound a bit. So 40%, like I mentioned before, very, very common. And, I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see these types of corrections moving up. This is not something that is out of the blue. And the other thing is we are still testing this former resistance over here. So we haven't really gotten down much further than that. If we do go down much further, I think this is the point at which we should probably start rethinking things. So guys, what does this mean for altcoins? What does this mean for XRP particularly? I gotta say, the XRP chart has been primed and ready to just take off. This is the XRP chart on the daily, and although we did see this big correction here on the daily, we are still formulating what is looking like a very robust, bullish pennant pattern, all right? We also know that historically altcoins, and every altcoin is going to be a little different, but altcoins have always taken off after a Bitcoin pullback. Bitcoin is pulling back right now, so are we going to expect XRP to kind of just really take off once that happens? Well, it's looking as though, on the chart at least, we're set up for that big rally. Another thing we have to point out here, guys, and this from MINUSWELLS here on Twitter, XRP is back in the number 3 spot, just overtook BNB like a champ. So, as I showed you guys earlier in this video on CoinMarketCap, we are seeing XRP languishing here down in number 7. But if I go to live coin watch, you can see XRP up here strongly in the number 3 spot above BNB coin. And on coinpepperica.com, we are seeing the same thing. XRP up here in the number 3 spot. The market cap over here totaled at about 66.9, give or take 66.9 billion. So XRP in number 3, both on CoinPepperica and on Live CoinWatch. And so, Binance owns CoinMarketCap. They have clearly decided not to fix this glitch. XRP circulating supply still showing an old amount over here. So if we just forget about this for a second and we look at where XRP is, we look at the robustness of this particular cryptocurrency, even though it is down with the rest of the market, it has still been doing quite well over the last few days, and it's kind of almost given it a bit of a leg up. So the chart is poised for a breakout. Let me put this on the hourly for a second and take that off there. Line this up here. All right, and what do we see on the chart now? Nothing out of the ordinary on the hourly, okay? If I throw up Fibonacci on here, guys, we're still ranging in this zone over here, okay? Tried to breach the 702, couldn't really do it. Now we're finding resistance in the 0.5 over here. So it's as if nothing is really changed with XRP. We are still just kind of ranging, and volatility is becoming less and less. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is seeing a low that it hasn't seen for a while. So guys, this is where the story is going to be told. Bitcoin testing this former support level down 40%, so similar to what we've seen. We could indeed see Bitcoin go back up, or if this fails to hold, we could see Bitcoin go lower into the 20s. And so the question remains, if we do see Bitcoin come out of this, just blast out of this with conviction, and altcoins stay relatively stable, this means Bitcoin likely has new highs to see. If altcoins rally, this would indicate that this Bitcoin movement here would be the retracement. And after this, my prediction is that we would definitely see Bitcoin go lower. And that's it, guys. That's the end of it. One last thing I just wanted to bring up here on the charts. Now, this from Genie. Don't forget, Bitcoin topped out on December 17th, 2017. At that point, XRP was only just getting warmed up. The difference now, real-world utility is at our doorstep. Bitcoin is on its last legs. The flippening is dawning. And what he's ultimately talking about, guys, and I'm going to bring it up on the chart here. Let me just get rid of this. Okay, so we're back to the last bull run of 2017. December 17th was right over here. December 17th, 2017. That was the peak for Bitcoin. Okay, I'm even going to write it down here. December 17th, 2017. Just to give us a reference point here, that is over there. And where were we on the XRP chart in December of 2017? So December 17th, 2017 is this candlestick over here. So let me just write that again. December 17th, 2017, which would bring us right over here, guys. All right. So you can see the difference. BTC, December 17th, 2017. XRP, December 17th, 2017. Of course, in XRP's case, we still had some room to grow, and that roughly equates to about 355%, 352%, give or take. Also, let's not forget at this point in time, XRP was trading at about 73, 74 cents. And so this is when it reached its all-time high of about $3.35, depending on which exchange you look at. Now, I'm going to get rid of that. How is this formation looking similar to what we're seeing today? Okay, I'm going to go back to today. And guys, this is what we're seeing. We're seeing that first leg up for XRP. Albeit this is a more dramatic move for XRP than we did see back in 2017. But, we are kind of getting the sense that this is the first leg up. Drag it back over here, and we could see that first leg up over here for XRP on the daily chart back in 2017. The other thing we should probably look at is the XRP to BTC price chart. So back in 2017, this is what we saw in terms of XRP compared to BTC price. All right, there was a moment in time, 2 moments in time actually, when that price just kind of skyrocketed. And one of those moments was here in mid 2017, and then finally here at the end of 2017 when the altcoin market really took off, and Bitcoin did finally see its last hurrah back during that bull run. And so when we compare that to today, guys, What are we seeing here on the charts? Well, XRP here. If I zoom out over here, you guys can see, and I've talked about this in past videos, XRP forming this bottom over here. This is when I was getting really excited in and around March. We could see that XRP did retrace, coming back down, retesting this support. And then sure enough, it did take off. Now, this is the XRP to BTC chart, so we have already seen some movement up for XRP, yet when we go back to the XRP to USD chart, and I'm not going to go to it right this second, we've already discussed the fact that XRP is poised to move even higher. And if I were to take a horizontal line, put it here where we're trading right now for XRP, and we just compare it to BTC price at this moment in time, we can see if we bring that up over here and top it out right at the top where XRP gained the most compared to BTC, we can see we still have about 570% to go if we were to retest these levels of support. So when we zoom in on this chart, XRP to BTC on the daily, we can see significant moves for XRP. We can see it is making a bullish move up compared to BTC. Bitcoin, although it is looking a little dicey, is still, in my opinion, just retesting this level of resistance here, former resistance from January 2021. We know that it has corrected roughly the prerequisite amount, roughly 40%. And XRP, guys, forming this bullish pennant pattern set up to blast off when Bitcoin finally decides to make a choice. And so in 2017, at this point in time, if this is the end for Bitcoin, and we are going to assume this, and XRP still has about 350% to go, that would bring XRP price up to about $6, so not really reaching our targets of about 10 to 13. I'm not saying that this is where price is going to land for sure. It's just giving you guys an idea of where we could possibly see XRP go next. Again, the story is still unfolding. Bitcoin has to make a decision. We could even see prices go much, much higher. I mean, the long Bitcoin trade, the most crowded trade, this coming from the Bank of America survey. So people are still very confident about crypto. Is this just a 40% correction? Tell me down in the comments what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.